Hey guys, Sri Lanka Sammi, part 4 of this crazy love story. Part 4. What is going on? I'll be back and you know what to do. What do you guys think is gonna happen in this story, part 4? I want to thank everyone for commenting. The comments are just blowing up. I love it. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch the full video because it is an interesting story. And thank you for the comments about how nice, how you like it. I enjoy telling this story because it's just so insane. Wait till you see part 4 and part 5 today. Part 4 today, part 5 next Saturday. The conclusion, the final part. You gotta stick around for that because it's an M. Night Shyamalan twist. Oh, try to guess what it is. Comment. Please comment. I really want to know what you guys think is happening in this story. So, we are at September, October of the second year that they're in Alaska. She has not left America. Because of her visa, she has to stay in America for 2 years to move to the next step, which is naturalization or citizenship. So, from what I understood, everything had been going great. They had been enjoying their lives. He was number one concerned is like, what was she going to do? For the 8 months that he's working 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, and then comes home and sleeps like 8-10 hours a day, he goes overboard on the days that he has off because I think every 6 weeks he gets like 1 week off or something like that, or 4 or 5 days off. So they will like travel to Fairbanks or Nome or someplace to, you know, to a luxury hotel, and he takes care of her. He makes sure that she is want for nothing. You know, he got all the television stations, the Korean stations, satellite TV, you know, whatever she wanted, she got. Just to make sure that she was happy because he felt she was sacrificing her life for him. And he promised, you know, once she got her naturalization or citizenship, and then he got his final, you know, bonus and paycheck of the 3rd year or 4th year, that they would retire to Florida and live happily ever after, visiting Korea every summer. So she was into that because, you know, she was rescued from her existence to do this now. So September, October of the 2nd year, she's working. I don't really remember what he thought she was doing. I think he thought that she was working at a nail salon or something like that. I'm not sure. I think whatever business was in the 1st floor is what she told him that she was doing, so that, you know, this is the money I'm making, this is, you know, I'm busy, I have time, or whatever. I don't know the details of it. I don't remember the details of it. It's not important to the story. But he was satisfied that she was happy. So September, October rolls around for the 2nd year, and what happens? She's working, knock on the door, customer comes in. Let me take a step back. So they had been in Florida up until August. Okay? So remember that. They had just come back from Florida. They had flown. flown or driven, I'm not sure this time. One time they drove, one time they flew. So they had just got back from Florida, so she had just started working again, maybe a month or two. Again, where is the money? Where do you think the money is? This is the crux of this story. All right, I'm gonna give you a clue. This is the number one most important thing about this story, is where is the money? Let's get out of the way of the cars here. So, knock on the door. Door opens, customer comes in. The deal is made. He stands up, walks to the door, opens the door, in walks the police. Dun, dun, dun! Yeah, the police. Now, this is a 2-bedroom, I forgot to mention, it's 2 bedrooms, living room, and the American girl is there, and she is there. Someone has told, and this is what has happened. Police have come, they take her away. It's nighttime, so over the course of the night, she's freaking out, saying, you know, don't tell my husband, don't tell this, don't tell that. She doesn't know what to do because, you know, she's not a citizen. Now, the American girl is a citizen. She's charged and bailed out. But Miss J is not a citizen. She's on a visa. And yeah, a spousal visa, but it's still a visa. So she's held in, she's charged, okay, and is going to be, I don't know how the process works, so I don't remember this part, whether she has to be convicted or whether she has to just be charged. I am going to assume, just like in Korea, you need to be convicted. So I'm going to say that within a month or 2 or 3 months, that's when the deportation can take effect. I'm jumping a little bit ahead. So anyway, Mr. K is called by his boss to come down to the office. He comes down to the office, and the boss says the police called. Call them. Here's the number. He calls the police. They say, your wife is here. He says, what's wrong? What's wrong? He says, she's fine, but you need to come down here. We need to talk to you. What's this about? You know, please come down to the station. We'll talk about it there. Everyone is fine. No one's hurt. Nothing's wrong, but you need to come down. So he does, and when he is confronted with the accusation, he doesn't know what to say. He is numb. I don't want to say dumbstruck or shocked. He's numb. There's no emotion, no feeling, no reaction whatsoever, because he just can't believe the woman he's with for the last 2-3 years has been doing this under his nose. Under his nose. And I think that that's what shocked him the most. So the police, you know, ask him questions. Now, they kind of knew what was going on, from what I understood, from what I was told by Mr. K, is that they had been monitoring this, wiretaps, things like that, so they knew. And they're asking her, where's the money? Where's the money? And Miss J is saying, you know, the other girl took all the money, paid for the rent and everything, and I just got a little bit of money. Hi! So Miss J is, you know, there. She's asking for him because by now she knows that he's been called, and he's talking to the police. The police are asking, can we go search the house? He says, absolutely. And they're like, we know you're not involved. We've seen the messages. We know what's going on. We've been surveilling this situation for quite a while. And we were just waiting for you to come back from Florida. So this is what confused me, and I'll get to this in part 5, I think. I'll get to this in part 5. The police knew about the Florida house. So they asked to search the house. Or maybe they didn't know about the Florida house. Come to think of it, they didn't know about the Florida house because the Florida house was in the mother's name. The Florida house was in the mother's name, not his. Okay? Now the mother had passed away, but the estate was still, I don't know. I don't know the rules in America, so we'll just skip that for part 5. So Miss J is crying and screaming. The police come to the house. Let's put it this way. The police come to the house and they search. And he says, go through everything. Go search whatever you want. And they found a few $1,000, like tens or $20,000, which they confiscated because he couldn't account for it. It was hidden. The other money that was in the open, they let him keep because he says, well, that's my money, and she has given me a little bit of money, and said, okay, well, we're not going to worry about, a couple $1,000. We're not going to worry about that. And he says, you have no idea where she could have hidden the money here in Alaska. He's not thinking about Florida. He's not thinking about that. He is just numb. And that's a very apt word for how he feels. He's numb with shock. He's not thinking. And again, the police are not coming after him. They know he has absolutely nothing to do with this. They feel sorry for him because he was a patsy in this. And he goes and he sees her. She's crying and screaming and yelling and begging him to help her. And he doesn't know what to say. He basically says, let me go home and think about it. And she's crying and everything like that. So he goes home, he talks to his friend. And his friend goes, I kind of thought something was going on, but I didn't want to say because it's not my place. Even my wife was kind of like, something's not right here. So, he and his friend were like, but where's the money? The cops didn't find the money. And he's like, let's go over to the house and let's take a look. And they go through the house as well. They're looking now. Now the cops just searched the house. These guys are going through floorboards and walls and, attic space, basement space, looking in the backyard for, this is Alaska. You can't really dig holes, but they're still looking, right? They're looking under everything, behind everything, under, over, in, out. Any place a human being could hide vast amounts of bills. Nothing. I think they do find a couple $100 here or there that the cops missed, but nothing to account for 2 years worth of doing this. He gets a phone call the next day from her asking what he's going to do next. I think this is a good place to stop. Part 5, the conclusion of this crazy, crazy love story. What do you think is going to happen to her, to him, and most importantly, where is the money? Sri Lanka Sammi, loving you guys, commenting, sharing, liking. Please comment below onto what you think is going to happen in part 5, and I'll see you soon.